Chapter 10. Sales Contracts. Once I have a verbal agreement with my buyer, I'll draw up a sales contract and get as much of a deposit as I can. Refer to our sales contract in the appendix section. The contract should be self-explanatory, so simply fill in all the information. Selling as is. If the home is being sold in, as is condition, and most all of ours are, be sure to spell this out and state that the home is being sold without any guarantee or warranty. Also, state in the contract that you are under no obligation to make any repairs to the home. As I mentioned earlier, if the issue should come up, and we don't volunteer this information, we agree to give the buyers 24 to 48 hours after the utilities are turned on. Or better yet, we give them until a certain time and date to check out the home to see if everything works properly. Our agreement states that during this 24 to 48 hour time period, if our buyers should discover a problem that we didn't know about, and would result in a costly repair or expense, we will then try to renegotiate a new agreement which the buyers are happy with. If a new agreement cannot be reached to the buyer's satisfaction, they have the option to cancel the agreement and receive a full refund of their money. In most cases, once our buyers inspect the home, they will know as much as we do, especially if there was no power on when we bought that home. But we want to make it fair to our buyers, and by offering to renegotiate, or canceling the contract if a problem does come up, makes them feel much more comfortable, and more likely to buy. Offering to renegotiate the contract in the event of a problem is much better than guaranteeing that everything works. If you freeze the price and terms for your buyer, you should also freeze your expenses. For instance, if you guaranteed that all the appliances are in good working order, and later find that the refrigerator doesn't work, you would then be obligated to replace it. This way, you can negotiate to either lower the price and the buyer can replace it, or you can increase the price if you replace it. If a new agreement can't be reached, the contract is cancelled and you look for another buyer. You can then decide if you want to replace the refrigerator and raise the price to cover it, or lower the price and sell without one. We've sold them both ways, with and without appliances. If you make the offer attractive enough, someone will buy. The sales agreement should spell out all the information on any appliances and contents that are included with the purchase. Having a complete list, together with the serial and ID numbers of all the appliances and air conditioners that's included in the sales price, will come in handy if you should have to repossess that home sometime in the future. If that should happen, it won't be any question then as to what belongs with the home if the buyer wants to lay claim to something that's not theirs. Truth in lending statement. Probably all states require your sales contract to show a truth in lending statement. This statement must include the annual interest rate that is being charged, and the finance charge, which is the total amount of the interest that will be collected over the period of the loan. Also, the amount of the monthly payments and how many payments there will be. The last paragraph of the sales agreement, just above where they sign, says the buyers have read, understand, agree with the terms of the contract, and have received a copy of the agreement. If they should later have buyer's remorse, or find a reason to try to back out of the deal, this should prevent that from happening. They can't say at a later date that they didn't understand what they had agreed to, or didn't get a copy of what they signed. Your financial future will be determined by the choices you make today.